this might be a tough decision right now.
My team did
not just
absolutely
NFL games that were like,
Right.
whoa. I actually don't
Had
know.
a lot of mixed feelings.
Welcome, Disgruntled. We have another guest here on the Legal Domains.
Dude, hey, Titus.
Give me a good song to use for my Instagram story.
I
I don't know that one.
Diablo by Mac Miller. Diablo? Yeah, Diablo.
I don't know that one.
It's the best rock song of 2014.
Is it really a rock song?
No. Yo, Titus, do you want me to annoy you right now?
Wait, I have a good one.
Why would you even like ask for my help if you're not even going to?
Well, I mean, I could have taken it if you gave me a good one.
That was a good one.
Just not for my purposes.
Yeah. What do you mean? So we don't get copyrighted by the song?
Oh man, I just need to find a good part of the song.
Oh my god, I love this little TV setup. Titus, this is gonna get copyrighted.
Are we recording?
Yeah. Can you stop?
I'm nearly done.
My name is Caleb. Look, YouTube has loosened up on their copyright
Loosened up
on their copyright stuff because now you can have a couple of seconds of a song and it's not going to get copyrighted.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
How many seconds?
I don't know, like under 6, but we were probably already capped at that.
Capped.
Yeah.
Oh no. Wow,
Hey.
I can see myself on the big screen.
That's so much easier. Do you want me to annoy you? Can I annoy you real quick?
All right, go for it.
Okay.
So this episode, I officially resigned from the podcast. Reason A. Reason B. The fucking jug is hilarious. I'm really excited for this episode. I actually have a
Why?
lot to say for once. I feel like these past couple episodes I've not come prepared, but I have had time to really consider what I want to say about the state of the NFL, and it comes at a good time because we're 10 weeks in, and 10 is just a satisfying number.
I remember when I turned 10. That was the prime of my life.
Really?
I
You peaked at 10?
Or peaked at 10.
Where was I when I was 10? I was definitely in Alabama still. And I probably started telling people I was moving to Egypt, and they're all like, "You're gonna die."
Because you are.
I mean, at some point I will, but I didn't there. At least not yet. If I
Wait.
ever return, maybe I will die there.
So you didn't instantly die when you got to Egypt?
I didn't know.
Oh. That's surprising.
I know. It's another situation of don't put all your eggs in one basket because, you know, a lot of people bet against me, but they all came out losers in the end.
Especially me, because I knew you then. And I was like, Titus, you shouldn't go because you're going to die. All right, let's...
That'd be funny to place bets on someone's death. It's not really funny, but it's just an interesting concept. Like,
That's some squid.
because that's
shit.
not really. As long as you're not, like, deliberately putting them in harm's way to affect your odds. If you just, like, were, like, about the queen, like, yeah, I bet she'll die this year. I put $10 on it. I don't know. That's a weird, funny, kind of funny, like, very fucked up, though, concept.
She's going to die now. You just, like...
No, apparently she is on, like, house... What is it? I was about to say house arrest.
Yeah,
That's
like,
not the right term. Like, bed rest? Something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
But I genuinely, for a long time, thought they had cured life
Yeah.
and mortality because she just never seemed like she was letting up.
She's 95.
She fucking jumped out of a flying vehicle and parachuted at the London Olympics. So
When was the London?
right? Am I not? This
I'm
isn't
sure.
like. What was that one thing where like a group of people collectively misremember something?
The Mandela effect.
Mandela effect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Queen parachuting.
No.
Yeah, the Queen and James Bond.
Yeah, dude. Life goals, honestly. And why, Jay? Okay, let's start with the predictions because we already
Last week?
Yeah, last week. I mean, yeah, last week's because we're already 5 minutes in and we didn't even start talking about the predictions yet.
So if you're new to this channel and have been watching for the past 5 minutes, you may be surprised to hear that we actually talk about football.
Yeah.
And about football right now it's just getting very intense. Like, we kind of know who the early pretenders were and who like the legit teams are, and how not a single player in the NFL really wants to be MVP right now. But we'll get into that later. Thursday Night Football, you had Miami hosting Baltimore, and I read some very interesting takes on this game where people actually weren't surprised by Baltimore's loss.
Why so?
Because apparently Baltimore has been very, 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 very bad at protecting their quarterback. And the thing is, not a lot of teams are willing to rush Lamar, because when they rush Lamar, then he's able to escape pocket and then just goes downfield because there's no like safeties or linebackers there. A lot of teams are usually afraid to do that, but they've exposed Baltimore with certain schemes where they actually like get to Lamar quite a lot, and actually he's one of the more sacked quarterbacks in the league right now. And Miami put on that show this past Thursday.
I just want to say, fuck you, Miami Dolphins. I look at the TV screen and then I'm like, why am I looking off camera? Then I remember I actually have to look into the lens to be.
I mean, it's pretty damn close though.
It's. Can you see? All right. That's not the point, but fuck you, Miami Dolphins, because you were my favorite team for the first 8 games. You were 1-7, minding your own business, giving the Eagles the first round draft pick, but then you just all of a suddenly decided to be good. I don't.
Should have traded with Detroit.
Yeah. But like, why all of a sudden they won like 2 games in a row? I don't like this. I don't like this at all. But it was surprising. When I look at this, I'm like, wow, they were actually beat Baltimore 22-10. I was not so surprised of the upset, but surprised as the margin it was. A 12-point margin is a pretty big margin with the context of this game.
Lamar has been very good at producing yards, but as far as his touchdown turnover ratio, as we've kind of gone over every week in the MVP race, it has been terrible, and it just continues to get worse and worse, it seems. Like, he's actually not scoring that much. Like, if you look at his yards, you'd be like, damn, they're going down the field quick, and they're probably scoring as well. But no, not really. He has not really been producing a lot of points.
He's probably getting down the field and then turning it over a lot.
That, and also I think maybe it's just a script thing where, like, in the red zone, they default more to their running backs in the red zone. But I can't be for sure about that. I would have to look at more statistics, but Baltimore just seems like a very flaky team. Like, they obviously have pieces to be very dominant, as they have had some blowouts even, and have at least blown out teams in the last half of games and had some cool comebacks and overtime victories. But then shit like this happens.
Yeah. I was riding high on Baltimore, honestly, after the Colts win, but now I'm not too sure. But we got Buffalo versus New York Jets. I mean, this was kind of an obvious game. Buffalo destroyed the Jets. There was no really fight in them left.
Yeah, Buffalo leads the league in point differential, and they are tied with in franchise history, tied with like a 1940s or 50s team for the biggest point differential through 10 weeks.
That's crazy.
Through 9 games, I believe. Yeah, it's like 145 or something.
Damn. R.I.P.
Because they've had way more blowouts than anyone else. And their margin of losses haven't been too bad, I don't think.
That's surprising.
I would have to double check on that.
Yeah. That's surprising because you would think that it would be the 0-8-1 Lions team that would have like the biggest point differential, but
yeah, they lost to Jacksonville by only 3 because it was just a field goal game. What else? Who else? What was that other team that we were surprised they lost to? Wasn't there another that we were just like, what the fuck? Or am I lying? I could be lying.
I think they lost to the Steelers.
They lost to they lost to the Titans by 3, and then week 1 they lost to Pittsburgh by 7.
Oh wait, do you mean the Bills had the most point differential?
Yeah, they had the largest point differential. Who do you think I was on?
I thought I thought you were talking about the Jets might beat. I thought like the
least point differential.
or I mean like the I don't know that but reverse because they're bad. Like the Jets are bad, but yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the Jets point differential was last in the league, but
yeah.
whatever.
Another little side note. So when we were going over the predictions last week, the first 4 games that we were going over, we're like lock, like let's just move forward.
Yeah.
And we went 2-2 in those games. Baltimore and Tampa Bay, but
Because Tampa Bay lost to Washington, and Tom Brady doesn't want to win MVP, I guess. He said, I've had enough.
Yeah.
Matthew, you can have it. And then Matthew failed him.
Yeah. And Tom Brady's number 1 again.
We'll see.
Um,
Let's not spoil it. Dallas blew out Atlanta, though, which we considered a lock.
wait. Flashback to the Tampa Bay. The ending of that game, like the Washington Tampa Bay, I watched like highlights of it. The football team, they had a 10-minute drive to end it. They were up
10 minutes?
They were up 22-19. 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. They had a 10-minute drive for a touchdown to seal the deal. And they went on it for like 4th and goal to get it too. Like it was an absolutely insane drive to beat the Bucks.
Jesus, they were about to have a fourth quarter comeback from Tom Brady. They're like, no sir, you're not even going to get the chance.
No sir. But yeah, Dallas destroyed the Falcons. That was so disgusting. Like
cut it out. Just cut it out and repeat your sentence all over.
I'm going to fucking play that over and over and over again and send you a separate file of just me and making that noise. But yeah, it was the Dallas had like 36 points in the first half, which was absurd. This was just a blowout. Tennessee first, New Orleans Saints. Tennessee move on to 8-2, which honestly I haven't been like following their record that much, the Titans. And when I saw that they were 8-2, I'm like, what the fuck? When did that happen? I got the hiccup, sorry. I was like, what the fuck? When did that happen? Like, they're 8-2.
Yeah, good coaching and relatively easy schedules since Henry has left.
Yeah.
Because New Orleans is a fake winning record team. And then...
Honestly, though...
actually, Rams was not an easy victory. I don't know why I said that.
Yeah.
They did deserve that win. Yeah, but they're not going to be able to keep it up. Like, they're still going to make playoffs. And then they're saying Henry might be back for playoffs. It's not certain.
Well, they said 6 to 10 weeks, right? No. But yeah, this was honestly a lot closer game than I was expecting. You projected that the Saints were going to win, but I don't know. This was a lot closer than I thought, just to the fact that Jameis Winston wasn't playing.
He got injured week 8, right?
Yeah.
So let's say it's 10 weeks. That's week 18, which is the end of the regular season.
Mhm.
So.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I feel like 10 weeks is not as long as it is. I don't know why.
Yeah.
That's like 2 months.
Very, very unlikely to return in the regular season, though.
Yeah.
It's just about Titans managing to keep a relatively good standing. I really doubt they're going to miss playoffs, but I could see if, like, Colts keep up their current winning not a streak, I guess, but they've won 4 of their last 5. If they keep that pace up, like, they could overtake Titans if the Titans start to slip without Henry. I really want to see Colts and Titans in the playoffs.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool.
That'll be like the Eagles Cowboys in the playoffs. Like overtime or in the last decade.
I wanted it last year too, because I think the 2 games in the regular season last year were both like pretty convincing victories from both sides. We went 1-1, and so I was like, it'd be really cool if they met in the playoffs to like decide it. But yeah, Titans lost to Baltimore and Colts lost to Bills. So
yeah, RIP. But speaking of the Colts beat Jacksonville 23-17. They were blowing out the Jacksonville Jaguars for
dominant
most of the game.
first half. And this is like exactly what we're used to as Colts fans. Is like, oh, we do great first half, and then Frank Reich, he just can't really play call after a certain period of time, because his game script is actually like probably the most dominant in the league. Like points off of like first drive is like some of the highest in the league.
Mm-hmm.
But after the point where like he has no more script to follow, like things really do fall apart, and the offense is like productivity just tanked. It was basically nothing, and defense essentially bailed them out, like always.
Mhm.
It always comes down to like a late like end of the game turnover that we force, and that's how the game ends. Like it happens more often than not. I feel like, which is really sad.
Yeah, that's really weird. I don't know. Hold on, I have to burp again. Thank you. I don't know why I have this weird thing before I burp. Like it's hard to speak, so that's why I was like kind of like slurring my words there. Cause
All good, I guess.
But
But the only issue is that while they have won 4 of the last 5, they have also done it against teams that I don't exactly expect to end up in the playoffs. So once they start facing some harder teams like...
Whoa. You don't think the Houston Texans are going to make the playoffs?
Once they start facing this next slate of teams, it's really going to be a challenge if they can't play dominantly all 4 quarters. Because the other teams will be playing dominantly all 4 quarters, as that's how you win games in the National Football League.
I haven't updated you guys on this in a while, I feel, but Carson Wentz went 64 for 64, baby. Let's go. Come on, baby. It's almost coming to the end of the season. He's 661 snaps played. 666 snaps total plays, or total snaps played. And he is at a 99.2%, and all he needs is about 850 snaps, because the Colts are on average for 1,132 offensive snaps this season. So he's getting close to that mark, baby. Like, keep setting up that pace. We're just going to get a number 1 draft pick right in our pocket.
Janet loves the best, she just told me, which is the song I ended up using for the story, as what we talked about at the beginning of this podcast. She has a great taste in music.
Yeah. When you posted about the best a couple days ago, I think I was going to say Janet really loves that band, but then I forgot.
Isaac too.
Isaac.
Very shocked to see that Isaac messaged me saying that. Just because, like, from what I know of his music taste, it's not really in that area.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he definitely knows some more, like, I don't know, less mainstream people, but not necessarily of that genre, I thought. But, yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool. I'm glad a whole community is coming together over the Beths, because I've been sharing it with some people, and, go check out the Beths. They're a New Zealand band, like, pop rock kind of.
We all love the best on this channel. But one of the more surprising wins, not really surprising. Wait, no.
Not even a win.
I skipped over it. I was going to the New England Browns one. Right. Okay, but
New England Browns. We had our first tie. We made it.
Which is really, really surprising.
And it's the Lions again. I feel like they tie a lot.
Yeah. Which is really surprising that this is the first tie of the season, just because of how many overtime games we had total. Because I feel like we have an excessively amount of overtime or very close games this year. And it's surprising that it went down to week 10 to get the first tie. But yeah, Detroit Lions aren't going to be winless. Or I guess they are still going to be winless, but they're not going to get that nice, solid 0-17. So 0-17 start, which is kind of a shame because I really wanted the Lions to be the first 0-17 team of like that entire era, and I wanted them to do it fucking the first season that the 17 game schedule went into place. But I guess we can't have nice things.
Most ties
by franchise.
NFL. Let's find out.
Oh my gosh, it's like we read each other's minds.
Which team has the most career ties? Chicago Bears.
Then Cincinnati.
No.
Eagles.
No.
Colts.
No.
Who?
Colts are actually nowhere even near it.
Really? Wait, who?
Where are the Colts? I can't even find
Wait, where are the Eagles? I feel like
the Eagles are like number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Oh, I thought they would be higher. They have
Lions are number 4.
Oh, okay. Wait, who's number 1?
Let's say since 2000?
Wait, is it? Wait, who's number one? Who's number one?
Which team? Wait, sorry, what?
Who's number one?
Oh, Bears.
Oh, wait, you said that. I'm sorry, I forgot.
Wait, what's going on?
They're
They
screaming.
said emergency press conference.
Yeah, but let's just keep rolling because forget about them. Because
Wait, they have not had just 2 ties since 2000.
the Lions.
Yeah, I feel like they've definitely had more.
Oh, maybe you're thinking of a different team. Let's get to the Pittsburgh Lions game because
Yeah.
we're already 21 minutes in and we haven't finished this yet.
Don't rush greatness.
What do you mean? You already you fucking little bitch! You already found out the answer.
Okay, I guess it was just 2019 that they got a tie, and then that's it since 2000.
Recency bias.
Yeah,
Shame on
honestly, recency bias. I'll admit.
you. Yeah.
Everyone's affected by it.
Yeah. Except for me, because I'm
Oh
superior.
yeah, you're perfect, huh?
Yeah. I don't have any biases. I don't have any opinions. Damn straight. All right, but yeah, Pittsburgh sucks. Fuck Pittsburgh. Why are you always playing Cookie Clicker? Always up to something.
I actually wasn't.
You switched over to Cookie Clicker.
I mean, yeah, I looked at it.
I just
but
wanted to make fun of you.
I was literally just trying to find the tab
Yeah.
for the sheet, and I just kept clicking everywhere.
Do you have any more thoughts on the?
No, I have I have no idea what happened in this game other than I think both Najee Harris and DeAndre Swift got me a lot of points, so that's all that matters, right? They're so good. I have the best running back trio.
I'm so jelly.
DeAndre Swift, Najee Harris. And
I was
Jonathan
trying to
Taylor,
trade
that's
for-
so good.
Dude, I was trying to give you the best options for Harris, but you're like, no.
Because none of them really get injured either. I mean, DeAndre Swift did get injured last season. But
Yeah.
this season, despite being like questionable every week, he has played through every game. So
Yeah. Harris is a beast. But what I was saying before, this was a surprising win, and I was like, oh, it's not really that necessarily surprising. But how the New England Patriots won was surprising. They beat Cleveland Browns 45-7. It was so bad that 10 minutes left in the third quarter, they switched to a different game. And it was even worse because they benched Baker Mayfield at that point.
actually, I think he got injured,
Oh.
but
Damn.
I don't know for sure.
I was like thinking he got benched because it makes it even more funny.
Yeah.
What?
I think during the game, someone tweeted like, "Have the Patriots punted once?" And you know what? I don't know if they did. Honestly, let's look. Let's see how many times they punted this game.
Dude, honestly, the New England Patriots is kind of scary looking. Even though they are beating up on bad teams, but the way that they're beating teams is fucking scary.
They have a 4-win streak.
4-win streak.
They beat the Panthers, Chargers, Jets, and Browns. Which I mean, Chargers is a respectable win.
Respectable. Panthers. It was.
I mean, blowing out any team in the NFL is pretty good. So,
I
and it
feel-
is the Browns. Browns aren't like terrible.
Yeah, but like they blew out the Browns, they blew out the Panthers, they blew out the Jets. Score.
I don't know about blow out the Panthers. They held Panthers to 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's. If you're getting like.
I think like margin of victory matters in a blowout, but
Yeah.
24-6, like that's borderline, I guess. Like you can make an argument for it, but
I feel like if you're getting the margin of points, like points between close to 20, no matter the score, I feel like it's a blowout.
that's 18.
Like close. Like you're getting to that like range.
I feel like it has to be at least 25.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. But they beat the Jets 54-13, 24-6 Panthers, and then 45-7. So they're on a tear, and they beat the Chargers, which is a decent team. So they are a force to be reckoned with.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I know. Yeah.
Minnesota Vikings versus Los Angeles Chargers. I got this one correct. This was probably my proudest prediction of this year, not going to lie. I don't know why, but this makes me just so happy that I picked the Minnesota Vikings and they won. They won 27-20. They were kind of taking it away towards the end, kind of. They scored 14 points towards the end for a 27-20 victory, like I said before.
Would you like to know how all the Patriots drives ended?
How?
It went touchdown, 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 field goal in the first half. And then in the second half, it did start with a punt.
Damn
But then it went touchdown, 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 end of game.
That's insane.
One punt.
That's life goals right there. Wait, how many That's too much for me to look up. I'm too lazy, not gonna lie.
Huh?
I was going to look up how many games went without a punt. Wait, I guess that's not that hard. All right. How
Oh my god,
many
we are so behind. I'm gonna run through
NFL
some of these other
NFL
ones,
games?
if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Minnesota beat Los Angeles 27-20, which was actually like kind of surprising because I never expected Minnesota to win, just ever. Like they are 4-5 now, but like even still, they just lose so many close games. It's just like, man, do they ever win? But they did. They did this time against a respectable Chargers team. A lot of people had high hopes for the Chargers, and I think the only thing holding Minnesota back may be like inconsistent defense and offensive line, but otherwise, like Minnesota is a force to be reckoned with, and when they have those things under control. Carolina beat Arizona. Everyone thought Arizona would win this game just because of how well they did without DeAndre Hopkins and Kyler Murray last game. Carolina just had some new life in them with Cam Newton back, scoring twice, and McCaffrey is also back. I think this is his second game back. So yeah, there was some new life.
I got some very 2015 vibes from this game just because of Cam Newton. And this was a very shocking surprise just because of the deficit. And this is why I did not trade the Panthers defense to you. Because I believed in them. You kept asking for a trade. I kept declining. But Panthers defense is the best defense in this league.
But you could have had the Rams defense.
Shut up.
Philadelphia beat Denver pretty dominantly.
Yeah.
You went over this a lot in your other video. Go check out Caleb's recap video of this game if you want to know more. My opinion on it was Denver is just not good. No matter what their record says, they just can't get their shit together, and they won't make playoffs.
Yeah. Fuck the Broncos.
Especially with how Kansas City is probably going to take division now that they've got things back on track, and Chargers is slipping. Las Vegas, with all the shit that's gone down, they can't fight through that. So,
yeah.
Which we'll get to in that divisional battle. Green Bay beat Seahawks. This was a shutout.
It was a lot closer than what the score may be or represents because it was 3-0 for most of the game. I think they made it at least halfway through the third quarter before.
Yeah, both defenses were playing phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Like Aaron Rodgers looked like ass. Russell Wilson couldn't get anything done. I don't even know if he would look like ass necessarily, but he also just did come back from an injury. Aaron Rodgers, I don't know what his excuse is, but he just hasn't been playing like an MVP candidate.
Yeah. And then you got the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Las Vegas Raiders. This was a close game up until the probably close to midway of the third quarter, and then Kansas City just took off 41-14. This is the old Kansas City Chiefs that we're used to seeing, and it looks like they're back in their form, or at least slowly going back into their form. Patrick Mahomes is playing like his old self. 5 total touchdowns, and like you said earlier with the Denver Broncos in that division, it looks like the Chiefs may take this one away and actually look like how they're supposed to.
I like it.
Got 15 seconds. You got 15 seconds.
San Francisco beat the Rams. Deebo Samuel, legit. George Kittle, legit. They have some good offensive pieces going forward. There's some faith. There's some actual faith in the franchise. Not to mention, by the way, that one running back is back. Mostert, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, he is?
Like, he actually played. He was limited on snaps, though.
Oh.
Very limited. But he's not. He's, like, able to, get more snaps going forward.
I honestly forgot he existed, not going to lie.
Yeah, that was a huge loss. Especially with how much they depend on the running game.
I don't know. I feel like this is a weird time in the NFL because you're seeing a bunch of upsets like Miami beating Baltimore. We got Jacksonville beating Buffalo. It's just a weird time, and you got like some flaky teams, as in the Rams, the Baltimore, Tampa Bay. You got some like really flaky teams who could lose to bad teams like this when they shouldn't. And I haven't really seen this in the NFL before, to be honest. But let's go to my favorite section, our favorite section, MVP race. Hey, you actually did the notes.
Yeah, I wanted to start doing like actual contextual notes other than I don't
Yeah.
know. My notes were redundant before, but now I can actually see what their actual performances were in the
Yeah.
games this week.
That's smart. Wait, why
Yeah.
did you delete the other?
Oh, that was on accident, honestly.
Really?
But yeah, I was just too lazy to try and recover it.
Yeah.
My mic has slowly gone lower and lower. It's so funny. All right. It's been slipping. Okay. Let's actually start from 1 and go down. Mix it up a little.
Ooh, I like it. I like it.
Yeah. So, mainly because I want to talk about this battle at the top. I feel like that's a big feature. And there's some cool things towards the bottom too. But I want to start with the top because the top 2 candidates I had, Tom Brady, Matthew Stafford, lost. Both had 2 interceptions. Tom Brady at least had 2 touchdowns. Matthew Stafford only had 1. Matthew Stafford still has the most passing yards, but also Tom Brady had a bye week, and Matthew Stafford's going into his bye week. So Tom Brady will, barring any crazy circumstance, overpass that. And I don't know, Patrick Mahomes actually is ahead of Tom Brady. Oh, also with an extra game. So yeah, Tom Brady is like per game still the leader, I'd imagine, unless someone not on this list happens to be, but I doubt it. Also, Tom Brady has like 28 touchdowns, which is way more than anyone else right now, despite also having already had a bye week. So, like, he's still my favorite, despite a rough game against a Washington defense that not historically, but in, like, the recent years we've been saying is pretty dominant. You know, they haven't really showed up too much, but they always seem to show up against Bucks. I mean, their playoff performance was probably the biggest challenge the Bucks faced in the playoffs. So, yeah. And now they actually beat them, which is pretty cool.
The crazy thing is that they both had 106.1 exactly rating.
Over the season.
Oh, that's over the season.
Yeah, they're tied in passer rating over the season, which is wild.
That's insane. So they're literally almost having the identical season.
Yeah, I changed out of efficiency just because my like a custom little equation, just because I don't know, rating is more recognized and people have more context for that, I feel like. And it's more over encompassing as far as like what you do on the field. So yeah, 106.1 both for Brady and Stafford, which is, you know, very good. And then their touchdown to turnover ratio is pretty good still. 3 touchdown turnover ratio for both. Basically, Tom Brady has a little edge, but not by much. So yeah, they're basically like tied. I feel like it really just depends on like, now that Stafford's going to his bye week, we'll really see where they're at once Brady plays his next game, and then we'll see like, oh, they play the same amount of games. This is like their stats, you know. I predict that Tom Brady will still be over him. So Josh Allen has moved up to 3rd just because, I don't know, why not? Like, just everyone else hasn't really given me much reason to like put them above Josh Allen, and that's not all entirely their fault. Kyler Murray moved down to 4 just because he's missed 2 straight games, and that's just very hard to like, I don't know, defend. Honestly, if he misses one more, I don't even know if I can keep him in the race at all, no matter how good he does, just because like missing games is so important. Like, availability is so important. Josh Allen hasn't missed any. His stats are consistent, I guess. Like, they're just like good, but like nothing insane. His rushing attack is probably the best on this list because they did remove Lamar Jackson after his last performance. That touchdown turnover ratio is just, yeah, inexcusable. But yeah, Josh Allen at number 3. He could make some moves if he just like, you know, picks up his pace maybe against Brady and Stafford. Kyler Murray would probably be the favorite if he was playing games. I don't know. I guess his touchdown turnover ratio through his first 8 games weren't the best, but his passer rating is one of the best. Only better passer rating on this list is Dak Prescott, who has moved up to 5. He had a great game against, I didn't put who he played.
He didn't you put?
He played Falcons. I just forgot to put the Atlanta team in the notes. 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He has the best. I also put in some other stat categories in here. I put how many times they've all been sacked. Dak Prescott has been sacked the least. So, yeah, that's cool. He also has the most success getting first downs on his passing attempts, more so than all the other quarterbacks. Only Kyler Murray has a better completion percentage than him. Dak has also he's missed a game, so there's a lot of room to improve.
I'm liking this updated MVP thing. It's crazy how I never realized how many passes are over 20 plus. I just always thought that was like a huge gain if he got over 20 plus yards in a single play. But the fact that Tom Brady has 42 and Matthew Stafford has 41.
They're close, yeah.
And like average is like above 30, or like everyone has at least like 30, which is like
I don't know about average, but for this list, it's like around 30.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going off of, but I find that crazy because it's like those are such long plays, and I just did the math. If Tom Brady had like 42 exactly like 20-yard gains, which is not the case because it's like 20 plus, but if he had 20. If each one equaled 20 yards, that's like 840 yards just came from like 20 plus pass plays.
Damn.
Which is crazy. And which 840 is probably a lot more than 840. Maybe not that much, but it's probably 1,000, hovering around 1,000 yards coming from 20 plus yard plays, let alone 40 plus yard plays. But yeah, sorry for interrupting you. I just thought that was
fine. That was very, Matthew Stafford is leading 40 plus as well, 10. Aaron Rodgers has the best record out of anyone on this list. He's 8-1, and he just came off of a victory. But he dropped in placements because he just isn't doing anything for his team.
Like, he has 2,100 passing yards total. Like, what the fuck is that?
Out of 9 games. He also missed a game. His touchdown turnover ratio is still good. Actually, best on this list. So, like, I'll give him that. But otherwise, like, he just... There's not a lot of volume out of him. He couldn't put up any points against Seattle. Seattle's defense is like ranked like bottom 5, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I thought Devontae Adams was going to
go without Aaron Jones, so they couldn't like default to Aaron Jones like they have been through the season. They had to depend on A.J. Dillon only as their rusher. And Aaron Rodgers couldn't do anything.
It's a shame. Not really, though. I just want someone other than Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady winning MVPs. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, that'd be interesting, actually.
When was the last time that
I feel like Dak, Josh Allen, Matthew Stafford still all very much have a chance. Kyler Murray, his odds are getting less and less, but he does have the stats to prove it other than the fact that he missed 2 games. And then there's Patrick Mahomes. He made it back on the list. He's now at 7 even. Just because he now has a winning record of 6-4. He is second in passing yards, only behind Matthew Stafford. Very high in scoring. His interception total is horrendous, I will admit, and doesn't have the best completion percent right now. But things are getting better, I feel like, on that team. So by the end of the season, I feel like he'll break top 5. We'll see, though. His rushing has been very effective, actually. 6.1 average on his rushes. Yeah, that's all I want to say about him. Justin Herbert just has been so inconsistent and disappointing. Like, it actually, like, I kind of want to drop him, but I won't, just because, like, there are still, like, respectable things about his play and, you know, what he's doing for his team. So I'll just keep him in for now, just because there's still a lot of season left. Like, maybe there's, like, an odd chance he could improve. Cooper Kupp could literally get 2,000 yards. First receiver to get 2,000 receiving yards. Like, it's a possibility right now. He's at 1,141 receiving yards, 85 receptions. He has 17 big plays, and by big plays, I'm pretty sure that's 20 plus yards. 13.42 yards per carry, 10 touchdowns. He's a 7-3 record. Cooper Kupp is on this list, baby, and he's here to stay.
I retract my earlier statement about the MVP thing, because we haven't had a repeat like MVP in such a long time, or like within like
it has been a while. Yeah,
I think Peyton Manning's the last like back-to-back like MVP winner, but like even then, oh wait, no, Adrian Peterson is the last back-to-back. I was lying, but it's like Aaron Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, Matt Ryan, Cam Newton, and Aaron Rodgers again. So it's like 6 years before we got a repeat. I thought it was more repetitive than that, but the NFL is actually doing a good job of not repeating MVP winners, which is kind of hard to do back to back. But looking down, St. Louis Rams, when they were called the St. Louis Rams, they had 3 straight MVPs. They had Kurt Warner 1999, Marshall Faulk 2000, and Kurt Warner again in 2001. So that team
Faulk was so good.
People forget. That team was crazy. Sorry for that.
On both teams, Colts and Rams, he was so good.
Wait, what the fuck? Brett Favre won 3. Bless you. Bless you. Dude, Brett Favre won 3 straight MVPs.
Yeah, not surprising. He was super dominant.
Okay,
There just wasn't another quarterback like him at the time. I feel
yeah.
like. Whereas like once Tom Brady and Peyton Manning started to be super dominant, it was like so much battle at the top. Whereas Brett Favre was like uncontested.
Yeah, and I feel like he introduced a new style of play into the NFL, which is kind of like the gunslinging, and it's probably can trace him back to the reason why offenses are so dynamic and so like pass heavy rather than just run. So blame it on Brett Favre, but yeah, Cooper Kupp, he's elite.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, what's that? Oh shit, where'd that come from? Well, I guess we have to discuss it.
I hate you
Jonathan
so much.
Taylor's on this list. Wow.
I wish I was screen recording my laptop because that was so fucking funny.
Now, why is Jonathan Taylor on this list? Well, he hasn't missed a game. I'll just go call him back on. He hasn't missed a game. He is now not a losing record, which is, saying something, at least. I don't know. Like, you just have to not have a losing record on this list, so that's a major reason why he wasn't on here. Won 4 of his last 5 games on the court.
By himself?
Not by himself, but none of these people above also by themselves. We have Cooper Kupp and Matthew Stafford on the same fucking list, so obviously not by themselves. Sorry.
That was a little aggressive.
Yeah,
just let it out.
Okay. Has the same amount of touchdowns as Cooper Kupp, which, granted, is more. It's less impressive to have 10 touchdowns as a running back than as a wide receiver. But still, to be fair, considering his usage on his team, Nyheim Hines and Marlon Mack still get a decent amount of snaps compared to Taylor. So it's not like he's a Henry type situation or I don't know who else, like Dalvin Cook maybe, like those type of running backs that you just like only use. McCaffrey, like only have them in at any given time. I feel like it is impressive for him to have 10 touchdowns on the way he's been used on this team through the season. 937 rushing yards. He's 67 from 1,000 rushing yards, which he only got at the very end of the season. Through 16 games, he managed to get that through a record-breaking performance against the Jaguars. But now he's 67 from it after 10 games, which is pretty cool. He's averaging 5.8, which is wild.
5.8?
5.8, yeah. I think the only other people that like are up there, maybe like Nick Chubb. I think only Nick Chubb can really say he has a better yard per carry. But yeah. He also is a receiving threat, more so than like Derrick Henry. 303 receiving yards off of 29 receptions. He has a total rushing and receiving of 13 big plays. He has like the most big plays out of any running back, I'm pretty sure. He has the 2 biggest plays out of anyone this season, any rusher this season, both like around like 80, 90. So yeah, those are my tidbits for Jonathan Taylor. And then also if you look on the other tab, Caleb, if you look down, there's a JT28 tab.
Yeah.
Yeah, click on that.
Yeah.
You see it?
Yeah.
All right. So here's my argument as well of why he's such a valuable player, because that's what we're talking about. MVP, most valuable. Let's look at comparatively to the wins the Colts have had, his performances in the wins, which they've won 4 of their last 5, and their losses. We have an equal sample of both wins and losses because they're 5-5. So clearly he leads them to wins because all 5 of their wins come when he's had 100-yard rushing games.
Mm-hmm.
And he's had 5 100-yard rushing games, okay?
Mm-hmm.
His snap percentage is like a tremendous amount more than in the losses, when like earlier this season he was only hovering around like 50% usage.
Mm-hmm.
And now he's at about like 2/3 of offensive snaps.
Mm-hmm.
And they've won. That's the biggest part. They've won from it. 7 touchdowns versus 3. Rushing yards, a tremendous amount more. Yards per carry as well. Receiving has been like, whatever, like probably the same as it usually is, but that's because whenever he's on the field, he usually is rushing rather than just like giving it to Wentz. Also, it's a bit like biased because like of his one Ravens game where he had that huge play receiving.
Yeah.
That definitely tilts the stats the other way. But otherwise, I mean, just look at all of that. When you give Taylor the ball, good things happen. And this is my argument for why he should remain in the race as long as they keep winning and he keeps performing the way he has been.
Wow. I love how well in depth you went into that. I give you a lot of props and a lot of respect. And I've been a JT fan ever since I realized that he does in fact have my birthday or remembered. So I'm fully on board of this JT race to being MVP.
Also,
Yeah.
don't just take it from me, but FanDuel has him at the same odds as Cooper Kupp.
Ooh,
It's true.
nice. So we have the opportunity this year to either have a running back or a wide receiver be MVP.
Which is not very likely. Like, obviously, I don't think either of them are going to get it. But, while we're talking about the race, might as well include them because, they're valuable to their team.
Titus, one last thing that I'll add about this. Once Taylor has more touchdowns than James Conner, then I'm going to be 100% on board.
You're
I'm
right. He's not leading in
yeah.
touchdowns among the running backs. You're right.
No, I'm at 99.5% there. Once he doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be the most touchdowns amongst all the running backs.
Just James Conner.
Just James Conner.
All right.
Like, once he has more touchdowns than James Conner, then he's an automatically MVP winner. And
I love
I'm
the
fully on
question mark. Sorry, that was like a harsh segue into the predictions. Yeah, I think that's all I had to say about MVP race. Unless you
Yeah.
wanted to talk about anything else.
No.
Like, do you have any other inclusions you'd like?
No.
Okay, cool. Yeah, definitely no one on Eagles.
Whoa,
Got him.
Hurts. Come on. Jake Elliott, the kicker. Come
Okay,
on.
sure.
We got New England versus Atlanta Falcons. I have New England Patriots because they've been looking dominant, like we said previously, 4-game win streak. And Falcons just lost 43-6, in which they looked terrible the entire game. So that's my logic for why the Patriots are going to win. I just don't see a case scenario. Why? Why do you have Falcons? I knew you were. Why are you start? This is how you lose. Look, you shoot yourself in the foot, Titus. You shoot, and then I'm going to win, and then you're going to be all sad.
You also said this the same week as my 9-5 week where you went 4-10 and we had all those disputes. Remember that?
You just got lucky. That was just
Alright.
that was just 1 week. That was just 1 week.
No, New England has been on fire. I will admit. Atlanta lost to Dallas, right? I mean, New England's not Dallas.
Yeah, but
But I feel like Atlanta has been proving that they can be competitive, and New England, they're getting in over their heads right now. It's still a young team. Mac Jones isn't gonna
dude, he's the next Tom Brady.
Will they go to the playoffs? I don't know. It's gonna be close. I don't think they're like a playoff team, but
Okay, honestly, never mind. The Falcons aren't looking as bad as I thought they were. I don't know why. I thought there was a lot worse, but fucking recency bias. I'm such a hypocrite.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You guys didn't see that. I didn't.
Also, just give them a prime time win.
Why?
I don't know.
Uh,
Atlanta needs some love.
I
mean,
start?
I guess they just did win MLB
Yeah.
World Series, but the Falcons need some love. It's been rough since the Super Bowl. Everything's just gone downhill.
Yeah. Oh, this is going to be the Super Bowl matchup, which is going to be pretty interesting. But minus Tom Brady.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it's Tom Brady's not there, then it's not the Super Bowl matchup.
Yeah, that is true. That's
it's not
crazy.
the same Patriots.
That's crazy how much Tom Brady's defined with the Patriots, or how much the Patriots are defined by Tom Brady.
Have you seen the cases people have made that he has had 3 Hall of Fame careers?
Yeah, it's insane. Like, I always see that, like, random Instagram post when I'm scrolling through the Explore page. I'm like, that's absolutely insane, and it blows my mind every time I see those stats.
Yeah.
But we got Philly versus New Orleans Saints. I don't know. I just feel like they can get a win with this game against the Saints.
Yeah, it's just the Saints. Like,
Yeah. I feel like the Eagles do really good. Not really good, but like decent to average to below average teams. But if you get slightly above average, it's a loss. But I feel like
it's over.
Average teams, we have a chance of winning. I'm going to do a preview video, so I'm not going to dive too in depth into it. But yeah, that's just all I got to say. New York Jets versus Miami Dolphins.
I also have the Jets, yeah.
Yeah.
I know you probably are just choosing the Jets because you want Miami to lose.
Yeah.
So there's some bias there, but I just feel like Jets need to get shit together. They need to get shit rolling eventually because, like, they have, like...
I saw that.
What?
I saw that.
Wait, you saw my next one?
Yeah.
Oh, whoops, I didn't mean. But I mean, Michael Carter has been pretty good.
He got 16 fantasy points for you. Didn't even start him.
Bench, well, because my other...
Didn't even start him.
Dude, I don't have a room for another running back.
I'll trade you Q for Carter. Final offer.
We'll talk.
Okay,
yeah, next. I mean, you already saw it, so... Carolina, yeah, I have Carolina over Washington, but, I mean...
Honestly, this was a coin flip, not going to lie.
It's going to be interesting, Cam Newton playing against Ron Rivera.
Yeah, I forgot about that matchup.
Yeah.
I just chose the Washington. I honestly have no idea why I chose Washington. It's just besides
recency bias.
Yeah, but besides you
can make that case for Carolina too.
Yeah. I feel like Carolina's win was more strong than Washington's win.
But Washington's was more impressive though because it was a healthy Bucks defending champ team, whereas Cardinals they were without Kyler and DeAndre. So.
That is very true. I think the Panthers defense will perform really well though, just because the Washington football team's offense is kind of shaky. They're really good some moments. Some moments they have a 10-minute game-winning drive against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, but then other times they're just like laying goose egg and are terrible. So I just randomly picked Washington. Indy versus Buffalo. I got Indy.
I also have Indy, of course. Like they need to win this game, just because they lost twice to Titans. God, and yeah, that was just. They just need to get AFC wins. Like, I'm fine if they lose to the Bucks this following week, but they need to beat the Buffalo Bills if they want to stay in the playoff race.
Yeah, I picked Indy because Buffalo has some flaws. They've only been beating, like, really bad teams. Well, not only been. They have some decent wins, but they have some holes in their offense or the team as a whole that I feel like the Colts are up and coming in, can easily exploit that, and it's going to be a really close game. Yeah. But then we got Detroit versus Cleveland. Honestly, I love that for us.
Both have Detroit winning. Now that they've tied, like, why not get the win against Cleveland? Let's let them have it.
This is the best opportunity for them to have a win, not gonna lie.
Yeah, Cleveland is so down. Mayfield might not even play, and even when Mayfield was playing, they were doing ass, so, like, let's just fucking go, dude.
Yeah. San Francisco first, Jacksonville Jaguars. I have San Fran, just because they've been playing pretty good recently, and it's linked to Jags. I feel like you don't really need to go into it that much unless if you have any storylines that are interesting that I'm missing, or any other thoughts. What are your thoughts about this game?
San Fran, Jacksonville. I mean, George Kittle's back, so they're gonna win. They're gonna win out.
3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I won't complain. George Kittle is just so important to this team, just as a mentality as well. Like everyone wants to have that George Kittle mentality, just like one of the best tight end blockers, but also puts up great production offensively, like yardage. Just like such a great tight end and such a great face of the franchise. Yeah. It's just good to have him back.
Tennessee Titans versus Houston Texans. Come on, this is pretty simple. Not gonna lie. Well, what? Titus. No, don't look at the camera.
You're gonna have to reset it if we don't move on from this. If you really want to stay on this conversation,
no, we are staying on this.
Okay,
we're staying on this conversation. I don't care about the camera.
You have to reset it. We're not gonna have time to finish the rest if you want to stay on this conversation.
No, it's just we can finish the conversation before it resets. Why did you make Houston over Tennessee? Why?
Because last year they went to overtime and Derrick Henry ran 90 yards to beat them. That's what it took in order for Titans to beat Texans. And I just feel like now that they don't have Henry, it's anyone's game.
But they don't have Watson.
Doesn't matter. Henry
and Watson are equal.
Yeah, I guess they are equally important to the teams, but I don't know. I mean, look at it. Fucking Texans haven't really been that much worse since he left. Watson, they had 4 wins total.
At this point in time?
No, not at this point in time, but overall at the end of the season.
I guess that's true, but I don't know. I just feel like the Texans are way much worse. The only reason...
Still got Brandon Cooks.
That's true. The only way that I can see Houston winning is solely on the fact that this is a division rival. And division rivals always get so unnecessarily close, no matter the team. So that's the only reason why I can see Houston winning.
It's going to be the marquee, the headline. It's going to be all you want out of this week. And just this matchup and how Houston just somehow beats Titans.
Yeah.
And it might not even be close.
Interesting.
We'll see.
All right, I'm going to reset the camera, even though it's a minute. I just don't feel like getting up again.
I want to look at how Houston has been doing in general. They put up 22 against the Rams. That's pretty good, considering how good the Rams are.
That's true.
Yeah, all the others not so great. 22-25 against New England. New beat the very hot New England team.
Interesting. Yeah. What other close games are there?
Remember week 1? They won against Jacksonville.
Wow.
You know who Jacksonville beat? The Bills.
Not this fucking drill.
You do it more than me.
Yeah.
Anyways, moving on.
Green Bay versus Minnesota Vikings. I have Green Bay Packers, but this is going... See, now they're going to lose solely because you picked them.
Minnesota?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I have more... Wait, I actually have to update that.
You have you have bad luck charms.
No, I don't. I have a better record than you.
No, just when it comes to picking Atlanta or Minnesota. So this is why I'm going to get these 2 dubs, because every time you pick Atlanta or like Minnesota, it always goes so wrong. And I love it. It's been a common theme the past 2 years of doing this podcast with you.
I chose Atlanta just 2 weeks ago, and they beat New Orleans.
That
and
doesn't
you
count.
said New Orleans. So.
That doesn't count.
Okay.
That doesn't count.
Okay. If you say so.
I just love your relationship with the Minnesota Vikings and Atlanta.
It's
Falcons.
so like hit or miss. You're right.
Yeah. Honestly, this was another coin flip for me just because of the division rivalry.
Yeah, nice try, loser.
How do you pronounce it? But yeah, let's move to Baltimore Ravens versus Chicago. I got Baltimore Ravens just because the Chicago Bears are so bad.
Hold on.
Hold on, what? Huh?
I'm just updating our records because I forgot to. Yeah, I know.
Look at this guy. He comes so unprepared. It's like he just doesn't
Damn,
even...
you're at 0.6.
What?
You're at 0.6.
Because I'm not good. Yeah.
Wait, that's not right.
What do you mean that's not right?
How are you at 0.6?
Because I'm elite.
That doesn't make any sense.
Why? I'm only 1 game behind you. How does it not make sense?
85 plus 65. Oh, I did my calculations wrong.
What do you mean? What is it? Huh? I thought you were good at math. I have Baltimore because...
I'm sorry. Yeah, you're gonna have to cut this out, man.
No, I'm not cutting this section out. I'm not cutting this section.
Why?
This is all raw.
Why do you just hate bad content? I mean, you love bad content.
I love it so much. I'm not even going to do my normal cutting that I do. That entire section completely raw. Like, I'm not even gonna cut it up.
I just wanted to make sure the graphics were good for our audience because I know you include it.
Thank you.
I also have Baltimore. Honestly, I don't even want to, though. Like, they're just such a disappointing team, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, if I was a Baltimore fan, I would be like the people next to me at the game who were just like, fuck this team, I want to leave. But then it'd be like Lamar Jackson MVP every time they win.
Yeah.
Just because they're so hit or miss.
That's literally, that's me during this Eagles Super Bowl run. Cincinnati versus Vegas. I have the Bengals. I hate the Raiders right now. I just absolutely hate them. That's the smarter move, and that's probably what's going to happen.
No, both of these teams seem a little flaky to me, but I don't know. I just feel like Vegas has the edge because their defense has proven to be better overall than Cincinnati's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seahawks versus Arizona. I got Arizona. Honestly, I can see the Seahawks winning too. It's just recency bias again with
Kyler's got to get back though.
Yeah. The only reason why I can see Seahawks winning, even though they're 3-6, is just every time the Seahawks and Arizona Cardinals play each other. Why? Huh?
What?
Are you messing with the audience?
No.
Are you telling them some secret or something that I don't know about?
I wasn't doing
I'm
Morse
gonna
code
edit
with
it.
my eyelids.
I'm gonna fucking cut that out. I'm gonna put a picture of Carson Wentz over you.
No.
Yeah.
At
You get
least
replaced-
Jonathan Taylor.
You're getting replaced by
Oh my God! Hard Knocks came out 27 minutes ago.
It did.
Mid-season Hard Knocks, first episode. That's what I'm
Reactions.
watching. Oh my God! I think they're focusing on Darius Leonard's first episode.
Fuck Darius Leonard. What?
Okay, well.
What good has he brought your team?
Leads the team in turnovers right now.
Oh, that's cool. What else, huh?
He's been playing through an injury.
So you're forcing one of your best players to play through an injury? I see how it is.
Literally not forcing. With his mentality, even if we wanted to take him off the field, he'd fucking fight. He'd fight us off. He would literally tackle us to the ground. Not us. I'm not there. But yeah, he did.
You are. You're late in spirit.
Kansas City. I have Kansas City against Dallas.
Yeah, I have Kansas City too.
Just because Dallas needs to be humbled a little bit, and Kansas City is trending upwards. So
no, they need to be humbled a lot. I can see Dallas losing.
Dallas is probably going to keep up this.
No. Don't speak into existence.
Listen, Caleb. I know
Shut
you don't
up.
want to hear it, but
Look. I don't care.
they're going to end 13-4.
I don't know. No, I don't want to believe it. I don't care how good the Cowboys are this season. I refuse to believe that they're going to be any good this season, and they're going to be a first-round exit. So it doesn't even matter at the end of the day.
I mean, yeah, I'm not saying they're gonna run through the playoffs.
Yeah.
I have no faith in a Dallas playoff run, but they're going 13-4.
Yeah, sadly, I agree with you. I just don't want it to be true. I don't want the fact that they are going to go 13-4. So close to when they were 13-3, Dak Prescott's first season. That's too close together. I don't like that. But we got Chargers versus Pitt. I got the Chargers winning because Pittsburgh is just an awful team, and I hate them.
If you tie against the Lions, that's almost worse than losing against the Lions.
Yeah. Honest.
It means that you had it close all throughout the game, and even had an extra opportunity to beat the team that is the easiest to beat, and you failed.
Yeah.
That's what that means to me.
Yeah, and I'm so mad that they lost too because I really wanted the Lions to win. To lose so badly just for the fact of being 0-17, and they took that away from me. They took it away from me.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay versus Giants. I don't know,
Why
man.
do you have a question mark?
I don't know, man.
I don't understand.
Giants are looking pretty good.
No.
Buccaneers just lost to the
Change
football
it then.
team.
Change it. I don't care.
No, but I don't know. That's why I had the question mark. Should I pick the obvious choice of the Buccaneers or should I? You douche.
I just know that's what you would do anyways. You're gonna play this out for so long and then finally just do it.
Why can't you entertain me on the
ending
podcast?
my suffering. Fine.
Entertain.
I'll undo it.
No,
you still have
now
the
it's
opportunity.
over.
You
No.
still have the opportunity.
No, now I don't.
Go
want
ahead.
I don't
Go
want
ahead.
to. I don't want to do it anymore, huh? You ruined the moment. You're a fucking buzzkill, huh? How did you know that I was going to switch over to the Giants last minute?
You put a question mark. If you didn't do that, I would have never guessed.
I don't know why that's so funny. All right,
Sorry for getting loud on the podcast.
It's
Sorry,
okay.
headphone users.
So fantasy happened. It ended. Thanks for watching. Come back next week.
You don't want to talk about the fantasy? You always want to talk about fantasy. What happened to, documentary purposes,
Sometimes my emotion needs to come.
Your mental state needs to come first.
Yeah.
Hey, you still have a chance, dude.
Dude,
See it through. See your opportunities through. That's what I always say. Once
I-
you're out of the running, you no longer have to talk about it anymore. You just can Venmo us all the money, and it'll be fine.
I'm just so fucking pissed. So, fucking Titus won. Fucking, he's a little douchebag. He just, it's 115 to 111. I didn't think I was going to win, but, man, like, I came so close. And I don't know how much I was down, but I was down a decent amount. And out of nowhere, Deebo Samuel has that like last second deep bomb touchdown that makes me 4 points away from beating you. And 10 minutes left. I'm like, come on, just one more pass completion, and then no.
Yeah, that was dirty. Like he made you think there was a chance.
Like
That's so
I don't know
sad.
if I like Deebo anymore. Not gonna lie. Like,
Oh shit!
dude, I'm going to fucking whoop Trey's ass this game. I hope I do. And I need Sophia to lose out, and then I need to win out, and then I will be happy and excited about fantasy, because then I will be 6-7 entering the fucking playoffs. Feels so good. That would feel so freaking good. Yeah. So my laptop is about to die actually. So I'm just going to go over the transactions real quickly, because I've been doing that every podcast, and
keep it up. Yeah.
I gotta keep it up. I have to figure out where I last stopped. I went over.
Yeah, you should probably remember that, huh?
Oh wait, no. Did I go over
Also,
everything?
by the way, Jonathan Taylor is the fantasy MVP right now
Really?
because he has had the most weeks like on a team scoring more so than anyone else on the roster. If you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Like being the top performer on a team for more weeks than anyone else.
That's insane.
I think the other contenders may be Derrick Henry, which, you know, that run got cut short, and what was it, like Tom Brady or something like that.
Yeah, that's insane. That was a good first round pick. That was a first round pickup, right?
Yeah, it was. A lot of people were saying that he didn't deserve to be a first round pick.
But
Believe it or not.
yeah, turns out he is. So I'm going to go over the transactions now, because I figured out.
Oh no, it was Patrick Mahomes, who was the other person who had up to that much. Sorry to cut you off.
You're always just cutting me off.
Sure.
So wait, last week was when we recorded on Friday, right? Yeah. No. Was it?
Take your time.
What was last week? No, seriously,
What are you talking about?
when we recorded on Friday, was that last week or was that 2 weeks ago? Remember the one time when we were in Washington, D.C. and we missed Thursday, so we had to record on Friday?
Yeah, recording on Friday because we missed
that-
the prediction for Thursday night.
Was that last week, right? Or no?
No, that wasn't last week.
That was 2 weeks ago. Never mind then. Okay, so I probably already said this already, but I added Devontae Booker. And then Sophia dropped 49ers defense, added Steelers defense. I think I said those two in the last podcast, but then I dropped Adrian Peterson, picked up Jordan Howard. Brendan dropped Robert Woods. He added Hunter Renford.
Renfro.
Titus dropped Rams defense. I didn't even freaking see you do that. You were fucking gonna get rid of them, so you're fucking trying to get a better defense. I hate you so freaking much.
Okay, not better, but better for my schedule, because I'm going to always play the Colts, barring any like super big, like, I don't know, team like the next two, Bills and Buccaneers.
Yeah.
So I needed, and the bye week is coming up, so I needed a team who had good matchups those weeks where I probably didn't want to play the Colts. And yeah, Rams just didn't have a good like lineup. Like this, it was just a schedule thing more so
Okay.
than like performance.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then you added the Bears defense. You dropped Jarvis Landry and added Greg Joseph. Today at 5:51 p.m., so this is pretty recent, I added Mark Ingram and dropped Devontae Booker. I dropped Booker.
Marky Ingram, huh?
Yeah. I think he's just going to he's going to see a lot more carries on the Saints. He had 18 points last week, and I think he's going to see a lot more carries with the Saints. I know Kamara's on that team, but I just think he's going to see the ball a lot too, because Saints are normally a dual like running team. So I think they're going to utilize Ingram, and I dropped Booker just because Barkley's back. And
Barkley's back, baby.
yeah. And I'm pretty sure they're on a bye. I think no, they're not on a bye. But yeah, so that's it.
You're always annoying.
Shut up. I hate you.
You hate me.
Any final thoughts?
I
don't care.
Okay.
Thanks for watching. I'm joking.
Oh, you're joking?
Yeah. Any final thoughts? Look at you typing it away. ESPN. Switching back and forth between them.
I don't like that you can see this. I put
Man,
my nudes up on here so much.
Dude, turn off Pornhub. God, you're addicted. How many times do I gotta walk in on you? Huh?
You're funny. Have I ever told you that? You're the funniest guy in the world.
5 times. You told me 5 times in your entire.
Oh my god!
What?
New lowest scorer ever.
Yeah.
I mean, at least this season.
What's the?
Bell Tower Edgelord.
Ayo. What was your score?
53.9.
Ayo.
Highest scorer Ryan Tannehill with 17.8. After that, 10.6 Aaron Jones.
Nice.
Yeah.
Way to represent. All right, I'm gonna actually end it here because this podcast has been longer than normal, or at least the last couple weeks. So thanks for watching, and enjoy Titus type, and work, and ignore me, like he usually does.
Yep.
This is usually how our relationship goes.
Yep.
As roommates.
Oh my god.
This is me. Hey Titus, you want to do anything today? And then he just ignores me like this. This is how our friendship actually is in real life. And he turns and he's like, oh,
Bye,
wow.
guys.
Wow.